What is up, A team? Welcome back. Awesome Monster here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day. Or not, depending where I put it was awesome. And yes, I hope everyone had an amazing Christmas. Hope everyone was kicking it with their family, enjoying their time, opening presents, eating good food, what we're into. Hopefully you had a great Christmas. Markets actually looked pretty good yesterday. If you were out there doing any shorts or longs, dude, crazy liquidation events happened in the morning, came and bounced back, sort of repeated itself again. Kind of wild to see. And we're seeing that happen again today. I mean, the liquidations that are happening in this cryptocurrency market are insane. We're seeing the markets just bounce back and then lose a substantial amount of money pretty quickly. And a lot of it has to do with just people gambling the markets right now. As you guys know, I'm probably like my title says, I'm probably going to stop leveraging here for a while. Not that I got hurt by it, just that it's not contributing to the growth of crypto at this moment. I think that exchanges have found a way to, control the markets. Like I said, October 10th was kind of a weird day. And ever since then, crypto's kind of been broken ever since that massive liquidation event. And we're seeing people trying to make their money back. We're seeing exchanges trying to make money back. And it's just been sort of a bad look on crypto. And so, I was like, you know what? I think I'm done shorting and longing for a while. Not that I'm going to say I'm going to stop forever, but I just think until there's actually some consistency in the markets. And we'll talk about the data because there's a lot of data suggesting this. So it's not just like I woke up and decided one day, decided today, like this is the day, but there's just a lot of numbers out there suggest that, people are obviously getting destroyed in this market. And it's all going back to the institutions, it's all going back to these, exchanges and things like that. So until we actually see some stability, I'm probably just going to take a chill pill on it. So, but before we get into all the data, before we get into all the news, before we get into the numbers, I do want to say what's up to the A team here. We got a lot of people in here already. We got Just Meow in the house here. Phil, Pipeline, good to see you, dude. We got Auntie in the house here. Jeff, Joe, what's up, buddy? We got Road Dog. Ant in the house here. Xmas was already getting over a cold. Oh, damn, Auntie, getting over a cold last 2 days. That's rough, dude. Being sick through Christmas is rough. Yeah. Tim Shea in the house here. B-Man, what's up, man? We got the mayor of crypto and Tim Shea. What's up, buddy? We got Maxim in the house here. What's up, man? Griff, what's good? What's good? We got Phil in the house here. Good to see Phil. We got Eugene. Who else we got? We got Seiko. What's up, Seiko Hunt? Good to see you. We got Deb. What's up, Deb? Baddest cats in the house here. We got who else we got here? Scrolling fast now. So if I miss some of you, like I always say, I'm sorry, dude. Nothing personal. Ian's in the house. Good to see you, man. We got Crypto Keeper Joel, J-Ball, Future Hopes, Chipper, Tommy Savage, everyone over on the TikTok side. What's up? Expanded my solo BTC from this week. That's good, dude. You buy more Bitcoin? Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Beard looking good, Austin. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting a little longer. I said I was going to grow it till probably grow it until summertime, and then I'll probably trim it up a little bit. So we'll see what happens here. But all right, let's jump into it. We've got some things to cover here. As you can see right now, the cryptocurrency market has fallen back down to 2.93 trillion. Did take a little bit of a hit, but overall, last 7 days are kind of flat for Bitcoin. I mean, 0.65%, or sorry, 0.22% in the positive. It's actually pretty good to sort of see. You got Ethereum right here at 0.86 down. Again, it's really, really flat across the board. XRP is down almost 2%. Dogecoin down 7.86%. So some of these are down pretty good, but some of them are really, really flat. Monero's at 0.5, not looking too bad. And then you got our baby down here in Hedera is falling about 1.27%. So nothing too crazy. Stock market obviously bouncing, trying to get all-time highs again for S&P 500. It's down about 4 points for the S&P 500. NASDAQ's 0.45, and then the Dow's down about 93 points. So, I mean, really flat across the board here, even across the last 7 days. The cryptocurrency market's been flat. I mean, we've had our liquidation events where it'd go up to almost look like it's going to peak out, like even for Bitcoin, almost going to peak out looking it's going to hit 90,000. Then it drops back down to 86, right? And then all of a sudden it builds back up. It goes, 87, 88, almost like it's going to hit 90 and then drops back down. And so that's why you're seeing Bitcoin up over the last 7 days, 0.25%, because it's just been stringing along on a line here. I mean, if you actually zoom out on this, and let's go to the daily, I'm on the weekly. If you go to the daily, like, look at this, dude. Since roughly Friday, what is that? Friday, November 21st, almost a month, we've just been going up, liquidation, right back down to the same levels of where we were at. I mean, this has been going on since almost a month now, a little over a month. We've been really just playing this line right here. It hasn't really fluctuated a whole lot. Highest we got was 94, lowest we got was 80, and it's just been playing this line. Same with XRP. I mean, all these have kind of just been playing around. Nothing too crazy. I mean, again, this has come up, but it's continually come down. That's the unfortunate part for XRP. And you can see yesterday we actually hit a new low. If you go back and look, October 10th, we hit a low at 177. But I mean, here on Coinbase right back over here on Friday the 9th, we actually came down, hit a low 176. But yeah, just overall looking at it, it's just it's been rough, dude. It's been a rough 3 months. And if you don't believe me, just go over here. Look at October, dude. October bad, November bad. I mean, 17% down on Bitcoin. December is pretty bad. And when you go back and you look at when last time we had 3 consecutive months where Q4 was bad, we go into the previous year. Again, could potentially have a good run going into that next year, right? January of this last time was 2018, going into 2019. We're down about 8% in January, but we had a fantastic rest of Q1. If we go back up and look at the historical data here, go back to that same time frame here. Here's 2018. We had minus 42%, but we had a really good Q1 and Q2 of that next year. We're in the same exact boat going into 2015 here, where Q1 not looking too good, Q4 not looking good at all. Q4 still looking to be one of the worst here for Bitcoin, second worst in history. And typically we tend to bounce back nicely. So we'll see what happens. It's hard to say. I mean, looking back at the historical data has kind of been disrupted. It's not really something you can actually like hedge anything off of. So Morning 18. What's up, Scott? Good to see you, dude, bro. I dumped 90% of my crypto for Cent and XCL. Blue chips are going to keep getting crushed until regulation prevents market manipulation. Probably feels that way, dude. Yeah, Cent absolutely killed it. As you guys know, Cent pre-sale closed on what was that? The day before Christmas Eve. It closed. We have about 5 hours until the pre-sale opens up, until the token launches. So your tokens will arrive in your wallet within this time frame. So I don't know if people are actually getting airdrops or not yet. I haven't really done anything, but I mean, yeah, things are looking pretty good right now. I'd say that look at the burns. There's already more money starting to come out here for. If you go to the dashboard, I mean, the bot's still out here making some pretty good money. There's burns, there's rewards, everything is coming in here, and more burns coming on top of Cent. So it's going to be very, very interesting to sort of see how this plays out for Cent and for XCL. As you guys can see, XCL is booming, dude. I woke up this morning and XCL, dude, hot 7 right now. This thing has been fluctuating anywhere from top 10 to number 2. This thing's up 23% over the last 24 hours. This thing has just continued to climb. You can see it started to climb back out of here on, what was that, December 22nd? Actually, we'll take December 18th. You're down here at 2 cents, 2.6. Now it's up here. I mean, looking pretty good. We're talking roughly, what is that? What is that percentage right now? I mean, that's 131% up. If you bought back at the bottom of this right here on December 18th, you can be 131% up. Right now, I woke up. I'm up a 600% since pre-sale. Again, the pre-sale opened up back down here. I opened up my bag. I put $20,000 in on this, and I'm up like 600% on this project. Project's been out for going on 3 months now, and with Sentinel coming out, it's actually looking pretty freaking good. I'm pretty excited for it. But Sentinel's tokens should be dropping to all of us here within the 5-hour range, and this project will be launching on Dex or on Uniswap here today around in about 5 hours. So be very interesting to sort of see how this plays out today, man, with the markets the way they are and coming towards the end of Christmas and all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be a wild ride. I'm excited for everything except for a little bit of XRP bar and put a little on Cent. All right. With Wells Institution involved, leveraging is killing crypto. Yeah, there's data out here suggesting that. So you can see right here, Bitcoin falls nearly $3,000 in 45 minutes as $70 million worth of leverage longs are liquidated. So the people that are playing the game are the big hitters. I mean, the Binances, the Bybits, these exchanges, big time whales, they're out here easily able to move the markets. And that's what's happening, dude. Just go back and look at some of the data that's out here. And it's not just that, but whales are starting to actually not even put money in these exchanges. Right here, whale deposits into Binance plunged nearly 50%, roughly about almost 8 billion were on Binance. And those people are leaving the exchanges too. Whales are leaving exchanges. They're putting them, they're leaving them, putting them onto non-custodial wallets and stuff like that. So these are actually really good to see that people are leaving the exchanges, and again, I think right here is crazy. $27.1 billion in Bitcoin and Ethereum options will expire today. So there's going to be a massive amount of volatility today in the markets. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I do know that there's a lot of money on the line. And if you look back down here, the liquidity clusters for Bitcoin are at 86,000. You can see right here. And this is increasing the risk of a downside sweep. So they're going to come try to get this liquidity right here. So for me personally, I mean, I'm probably just going to sit on the sidelines and wait for this liquidity to get eaten up here, which you can see there's a pretty good amount right here at 86. So this could probably drop down and try to clean up and eat into that. So a lot of numbers suggesting that's probably where it's going to go, dude. I can't see my dashboard. Less than 6 hours to get our tokens. Hell yeah. It's getting there, dude. Are you going to live stream during launch? Good question. I don't know. It was a slow launch last time, dude. I don't know if you guys remember, dude, but that launch, they slow released the tokens. I think it was on purpose. I felt like it was because like that was a really slow release of tokens and people were just getting them slowly, and which I think is actually really good. I thought, at first it was like, oh crap, dude, what's going on? And then I realized like that's actually not a bad tactic that they did there. And so whether they do the same thing or not, I don't know. But I remember that sort of being a stressor out there. So if they do a slow release of tokens to wallets before it, right when it launches, then I would assume that, before everyone gets their tokens, it's probably going to be took almost 10 to 12 hours for everyone got their tokens. So yeah, it'll be interesting to sort of see how that plays out, dude. I don't know. I don't know if live streaming it'll be interesting to see. I couldn't find the contract address for Cent. Yeah, I heard people saying that there was one. Has anyone added? I think someone was telling us that there was. If Austin does not stream during launch, everyone should come over to the XCL Mafia X space. Yeah, definitely, dude. I won the Powerball. I'm gonna toss $200 into Cent. Wish me luck. I won the Powerball too, dude. I won $8. I won $8 on the Powerball, dude. Actually, I take it back. I won $11. I said I got out of everything except for a little bit of XRP. And oh, gotcha. I read that wrong then. Can you post the Cent website again? Yeah, I can post the website again. There you go, dude. Sorry, only just joined. Do you think we're going to be pump in the next 48 hours? It's kind of a lot of things are suggesting otherwise, dude. You can even go over here and follow the. Let's just go to XRP. I mean, the 4 hour came up here and hit. It's kind of been hit the 80%. It didn't actually fully extend up here, which means it could have some room to go. H bar obviously came up here and hit the 90s and it was rejected. Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin came up here, went over the 80% marker, and now it's fallen below the 50%. So, I mean, this could look a little bit more downtrendy. You can see that there's a big fair value gap right here at 86, 85, which, again, if you go back and look at the numbers down here, I mean, we're suggesting that we're probably going to come clean up that space right there. This fair value gap will probably get cleaned up. So, I'm sitting on the sidelines waiting. Again, if you're a long-term holder, none of this matters. This is all for just day trading, right? If you're leverage trading or you're doing some day trading, a lot of this is what we were talking about here. But if you're long term, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? You're sitting and just waiting anyways. But you can see there's another little cluster here on the fair value gap that has not been filled. Again, I think sitting around roughly the 2,800 mark on the 4 hour. If you go to the 12 hour, it got cleaned up here, but the 4 hour still has a fair value gap down here to be filled. And the 4 hour peaked out on here on Ethereum. It didn't peak out on XRP. HBAR as well. It kind of stayed around the same thing. But I mean, Solana, everything, this 4 hour kind of tells us a lot here. If this continues to act down past the 50 like it did with Bitcoin, we'll probably be in a little bit of a downtrend over the next couple hours, if not 12 hours or so, 12, 24 hours. I feel like trading Cent is going to bite me in the ass this time. Why? What was the pre-sale price for Cent? 0.00, I think it was 0.00127, I think is what the price was. Also, my MetaMask wallet, I clicked my active claims button and there's an airdrop there waiting to be claimed. It says Smart Sentinel airdrop. I feel like this. Yeah, be careful, dude. Don't click on anything in your wallets, dude. They haven't released anything. If they haven't released any contract address, they haven't released anything, do not click on anything in there. There's so many scammers out there, dude. So many scammers out there. There's probably already, dude, that's what you have to battle the most. Is these scammers trying to scam you, especially with these new tokens. Like if you haven't gotten anything official from the X, which again I haven't seen anything on their X page. Did Acceler post anything? If you haven't got anything from Acceler on their X page, except this right here, I did see this, which is that's pretty. What are you guys' thoughts on the logo? What's your guys' thoughts on the logo? But if you haven't got anything on this, on the token or anything like that, just don't mess with it. I would agree, dude. I posted this in Discord as well. Yeah, hold your nuts, be patient. Don't mess around with it. Get contract address from the Cent website, point blank, period. Yeah, don't mess. Logo's cool. Yeah, I think logo's pretty cool too. Yeah, I think the logo's cool. I like it. They released a contract address on the site. Did they release it on the site? On the website they released it? Is it on there right now? I like it. Awesome, Ashley. Hell yeah. I posted this in Discord. Did you say that they put it on the site? Oh, is the dashboard not working right now? Yeah, they could be doing some updates. I mean, they have some things coming through here, so hopefully they're working on it because it's right around the corner, dude. Right around the corner for this to launch. So, but yeah, just wait for wait for the proper stuff to come out through the proper channels. Don't just think that you're special and you got like this, additional airdrop or something. Yes, the contract is there and you can paste not visible, but when you paste it shows up. Interesting. I did use the one from Cent website last night and early this morning for my MetaMask. I hope that was fine. Yeah, we'll see what. Yeah, I mean, like, if they're posting it, then that's fine. But if it's like some airdrops or some bullshit, like don't be messing with it. It was on the site for a little and then went away. Okay, you got to think, man. There's a lot of scammers out there. Yeah, that even the project has to fight scammers, dude. You got to think about that. I mean, people. I mean, there's people out here trying to farm liquidity. There's people out here trying to bot the contract. There's people out here doing a lot of crazy stuff. So you got to be. I mean, in all reality, they got to do whatever they need to do to prevent that kind of stuff from happening. My wallet is showing 2 incoming transfers from Cent. Yeah, just be careful, dude. People are trying to use a contract address as not visible. They can copy it. I'm doing that. There's no reason to do that prior to it being officially released. Yeah. Yeah, just be careful. That's all it comes down to. Just be careful. But this is actually some good news here. So as you guys can see right here, I mean, the M2 money supply hits records in November. What's great about this is that, Bitcoin, obviously the gap that's going to fill this right here is going to be insane. I don't know when that gap's going to get filled, but eventually this will catch back up to the global liquidity as it always does. It has over the last, 13, 15 years. And so, I mean, this will be probably a pretty crazy rally to try to catch up to the global liquidity supply here. And when you see like where the global liquidity supply is versus where Bitcoin's at, that 250 is a real deal. That 250 is actually right on the table right there. So eventually the Bitcoin will catch back up here. As much as it's being suppressed right now, it's going to catch back up here and people will be left on the sidelines. My wallet is showing too. Okay, I already read that. Silver went up 5%. I did see that, dude. Silver went up 5%. It was crazy. Silver's doing nuts. It's doing some crazy things. Hide and don't touch anything that shows up in your wallet that isn't verified, please. Yeah, definitely don't be like interacting with anything in your wallet. Just wait for the official release. Wait for the official contract, even the one that they put out there. And whatever you guys are saying about not being able to see it and all that kind of stuff. Like, just make sure that it's an official announcement. Make sure it's like on their website, in their Discord, on their X page. Like, just be careful, okay? That's what it comes down to. So, but this gap will get filled. I don't know when. I don't know how when or how it's going to, but it's going to. And this will be a crazy, crazy ride. And so people are saying this. I actually kind of agree with this. When Bitcoin was at 126,000, people say, I'll buy when it crashes. Then it gets to 80K and they say, told you it's a scam. And then when it gets to 1 million, how did everyone get so rich? It's like, this is the classic cycle of psychology for Bitcoin. It's so true, dude. I kind of crack up over this. When Bitcoin crashes, everyone's like, told you it's going to crash. This is a scam. And then it bounces back up and everyone's like, oh my gosh. Ethereum network is down on Pure Wallet. Oh, is it? They posted Acceler contract everywhere when it launches. Yeah, they'll post it most likely. Will Cent just show up in my MetaMask, or do I have to connect it to again? No, you'll have to. It'll show up, but you'll have to put the address in there. Did Cent launch? Hasn't launched yet. It's going to launch in about. Cent's going to launch in about 5 hours. Cent's going to launch in about 5 hours. I've never done a pre-sale before. I thought if I bought through my MetaMask wallet, will they download when I collect my wallet? Yeah. He'll buy Andrew. You'll just put in your token address. It's really easy to do. Gold's at 4.5, silver's at 76, platinum's at 2.4, and at 1.9. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right, Trent? It's a crazy numbers to see that. I entered the contract address from last night in Token Sniffer. It says created December 24th, and so far so good. Yeah, that's good. That's really good, actually. I mean, but we'll see what happens, right? Just don't mess. Until it's all out there. Maybe Lazy Shaman Show will stream the launch. Yeah, I forget that it's Friday too. Yeah, Friday. Mm. No, you'll all these decentralized wallets you're gonna have to put in. You're gonna have to put in a contract address. Yeah, custom contract address. Custom contract address isn't started on Dex Tools yet. You'll always have to do if you're doing MetaMask. If you're doing MetaMask, you're gonna have to put in. Let's see here. I'm like afraid to use. I was gonna connect my since the extensions. I'm not gonna connect my MetaMask to show you guys because since the extensions, as you guys know, Trust Wallet was hacked yesterday on their Chrome extension, and so if you have a Chrome extension on your computer right now, I would advise to probably disengage to remove your or just sign out of it until further notice because I'm not messing with it, to be honest with you. XCL launched at pre-sale price, then went up and up. The tokens will be there. You'll just need the address to see them. Yeah, the tokens will be there. You'll just have to see them. Good seeing you stop by. I'll stop by. I always stop by. Might not say anything, but I always stop by, Joe. Can you talk about XRP, why the price keeps falling? Is there a reason to hope we can rally back to $3? I'm really losing faith in my number one bag. Well, I mean, I think the markets are the markets are tough right now, dude. And like I said, I mean, the liquidation events that are happening in crypto right now are pretty wild. A lot of these cryptos are just struggling to gain momentum again. A lot of it has to do with these liquidations. And I follow the XRP 4-hour, and XRP is not doing too bad. It's just been, I mean, you got to go back and look at last time. Like this is the liquidation event that happened, right? And we came down and touched this again. Found a massive level of support right here at these levels. Everything suggested otherwise. I mean, if you pull this back and look at this is now resistance. You know what I mean? Like this is no longer support at the 220 marker. This is now resistance. If we zoom out even more on this, we'll find even more. Right? Let's go to like right here. I mean, look at that, dude. If you go back from all the way to November 24, so almost a year ago, the average price, I mean, the most purchased right now is up here. So like we have all this resistance now. It's over purchased, meaning that like a lot of people were buying around this time frame, and so people are stuck in their losses right now. And so it's really hard to climb out of this. You have to find some new ways to climb out of this when you're at your most volume is sitting around 232, and it's anywhere from 246 all the way down to roughly 205. So to try to break these all become resistance now. This is no longer support. Our support levels are way down over here now. And unfortunately, like we have a lot of resistance now, even at like the $2 range, we have resistance. So it's going to take a lot of volume to come back in and pump XRP back up. That's for sure. You're going to see it's going to be a lot harder to pump these things back up than they were before. I put out a chart. Just one sec, guys. Hold on one sec. I don't know what fan was doing, but she turned up the heat or something, dude. It got super freaking hot in the room. Is there any way I can set a limit order on Cent? I don't think so yet. You can when it launches on Dex Tools. I think you could use Dex Tools to do it if you wanted to. I think you could do it on here. Because I thought you could at one point trade here on this. Maybe not. I thought on Xceller we could. I thought Dex Tools allowed you to do limit orders on here, but maybe they don't. Maybe you need to log in. Maybe you can do a Dex swap right here. I think you could do it if you got in. I think you could go in here as long as you sign in and use their aggregator. I think you can inside here, but I haven't messed with it, dude. Yes. We can just agree on that nobody knows the market is just professional guessing. It is. You're just looking at indicators. I would agree with Tobias. Like I'm not no professional here. I mean, I've just been in the markets for a long time. And yeah, you're trying to look at multiple indicators, where things were, where things could go, history, how things have worked out in certain situations, and trying to compile all that and to make an educated guess. You're just trying to make educated guesses. Austin got that pre-launch fever. Yeah, dude, it got hot all of a sudden here. I am feeling a little congested. I'll admit that. I do feel a little congested. Austin having hot flashes? Absolutely, dude. Something's coming in. We got that menopause. I love you guys. And that's all it is. It's just educated guessing. That's what you're trying to do. You try to take everything, you put it together, and you try to make an educated guess. And sometimes your educated guess is wrong, and sometimes your educated guess is right. And your whole goal here is to have more wins than losses. Your goal is to have more wins on an educated guess than losses on an educated guess. And so the more data that you can compile and the more indicators you can look at and the more things you can try to see when you go to make a trade or when you go to, buy in on something, your whole goal is to just have more wins than losses at the end of the day. And you'll never get perfect guesses every single time here. If you think that you're going to come in here and start, trading the markets and 100% win every time, like, I got news for you, dude. Like, you are going to set yourself up for failure, and you're going to set yourself up to be in crypto for maybe a week. Buy the dips, buy the dips, buy the dips. Yeah, I think it's important to just accumulate. I mean, just accumulate. The reason why Warren Buffett got so rich is because all he did was accumulate. He would just accumulate and accumulate and accumulate and accumulate. And so when you have profits, accumulate. You know what I mean? Austin, there's anything I can do to make the process smoother for getting my cent tokens, or just wait? This is my first pre-sale, so I have no clue. Yeah, dude, don't stress, bro. Next wave crypto, when it all comes out, I promise you, it's not as stressful as it sounds. It's actually really easy. It's not as painful as you think. And so, yeah, I get it. Everyone's probably on edge. A lot of people are probably new pre-sale coming in, haven't experienced it before, don't really know what to expect, but just realize the tokens will get dropped to your wallet. And then when they get dropped to your wallet, you're going to add the contract address that they have there, and they will show up in your wallet. And then you'll just go to, if you want to make a trade on it, just go to uniswap.org, make sure it's uniswap.org, or you can use it inside your wallet. You can go to her, just make sure you connect your wallet, and then find the token address in here. All you do is just paste that contract address in here, and you'll go and you'll sell it on the open market if you want to trade it. It's very, very simple. It's actually probably, sometimes I feel it's a little bit easier than even on Coinbase. So, yeah, don't stress about it. It's not as bad. It's not as hard as people make it seem. Centralization's not as hard. So, yeah, do you think it's going to be difficult to make decisions on history when the history is only 15 years? Yeah, I mean, history, it's a small, and that's another thing. That's a good point, Tobias. I was thinking about that this morning. You got to realize, like, crypto's still, like, crypto's so freaking new still. I mean, just like, look at the history of the stock market, right? And if you look at the history, let's see here. The stock market right here, dude. New York stockbrokers and merchants started the stock market back on 1792 is when the New York Stock Exchange began. And 1792, that's a crazy thing to think about. It's been open for so long, dude. And slowly over time, it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. We're talking trillions and trillions of dollars going into the stock market, daily. And crypto's been around for 15 years. Bitcoin's been around for 15 years, and everyone's treating it like it's been around since 1792. I mean, it hasn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy to think that. I mean, that's a crazy stat. I don't know if that's actually a real stat. I mean, like, that's what it says right here. The history of the New York Stock Exchange begins with the signing of the Buttonwood Agreement by 24 New York stockbrokers and merchants on May 17th, 1972. 68 right outside of 68 Wall Street under a buttonwood tree near the coffee house. Like, that's a crazy thing to think about. But I mean, when you look at it, it's been around for well over a couple. It's been well over almost 2 centuries now. I mean, that's crazy to think. But now we're talking Bitcoin's been here for 15 years. It's still so new. We're talking $3 trillion in total market cap. You know how easy that is? I mean, to manipulate. We're looking, just like, take it in comparison to like XCL, right? The reason why when we go back and we look at XCL, the reason why XCL was able to pump 35x is because, market cap to liquidity ratio. The lower liquidity, the lower the market cap, the easier this is to manipulate the price, right? It only takes one whale to make it go up. It takes one whale to make it go down. A lot of buying and selling can make this chart move. Now it's no different than crypto right now. I mean, Bitcoin, although it's sitting here at roughly a $1.7 trillion market cap, like, that's fairly small when you have big players in here who are able to push billions of dollars around. When someone holds 2% of the market or 3% of the market or whatever it might be, you have BlackRock out here. I think BlackRock owns what? How much does BlackRock? Um, does BlackRock own Bitcoin percentage? I think they own roughly, dude, like right there. BlackRock holds a significant portion of Bitcoin. They hold about roughly 4% of the total supply of Bitcoin. So you got to think, dude, if they're out here buying and selling crypto, and BlackRock comes and sells 2% of their supply at any given moment, you're going to hurt Bitcoin. If it goes in here and buys 2% of Bitcoin, it's going to obviously make Bitcoin go up in price. Like, you got to realize a 2% swing in Bitcoin is huge. So if they own that much of the market, and that's just one player. You got all these other players out here who own 1%, 4%, 2%, and they're all trying to make a buck going up and down, right? Leveraging themselves. And so yeah, when you have these big players out here, the market's going to easily be manipulated like this. I think when the market cap of cryptos hits like $50 trillion, we're going to see it in a lot. It's going to be a lot different game. I think it's going to be a lot different ball game. With tons being dropped before the timer ends. I think tokens will be dropped, but I don't know exactly how it's going to work out. Paul, thanks so much for the $5, dude. Can you please explain how to put the address to sent in my MetaMask to get my tokens? Yeah. Here, I'll just log in real quick. I'll just log into my thing so I can show you. It's very easy to do. So like, you just go over here, dude. And you can see right here, all you got to do is just come down. You'll go up here, and I think you're going to say custom. Actually, I think you might go down here at the bottom. I haven't done this in a while on the extension. You'll go over here to the 3 dots, and you're going to say import tokens. Okay. Then you're going to search the token, right? So you want to do custom token, and what you'll do is you'll go over to the contract address. So let's just say it's on DEX Tools. We'll just use Exceller. They'll give you the token address. You're like, okay, thanks for the token address. Or you can go into the Etherscan and actually get the token address right here. You're going to say copy, and then you're going to go back over to our MetaMask here. Go import. Shit. Gosh damn, what's going on here? Okay. You're going to go back in to right over here, and you're going to hit import tokens. You're going to paste right here. You're going to go custom token. You're going to paste the address in here. Paste. And then you can see my token's already been added, but it's going to say XCL token decimals 18. But you'll see it's already in here. You can do this for anything, and then you're going to hit next, and it's already added. But since my token's already added here, it's already showing that. So, yeah, kind of crazy when you look at that. But it's super, super easy to do, bro. It's easier than you think. I promise you. It's not as hard as people think it is. Picked up 5 ounces of silver at $50. Hell yeah, dude. Warren Buffett made a video about him getting into Japanese money. That's crazy. Is it better to use MetaMask swap or with better fees? It all depends, dude. I think going on Uniswap is probably the easiest. Probably save more fees than inside of a wallet, because you'll probably pay an additional percentage being in the wallet. When the XCL was in pre-sale, the market was down at the time, I believe. But when I released, the market went up again temporarily. Let's hope it's the same thing. Yeah, it'd be nice if the market comes back up. Billion, right? What's up, man? I'm DCAing like a FOMO. Hell yeah. What wallet do you recommend when trading on Robinhood? I'd probably move to either Pure Wallet or SafePal. Those are the 2 wallets I use, dude. I don't use anything outside of that, dude. What's up, Billion, right? What will I have to do to add them to Pure Wallet? Same thing I just showed you, dude. Just add custom. I have a feeling Bitcoin is going to come down much further before it rallies. I sold all mine a few months ago before it dipped. Hopefully I made the right choice. So far, so good, right? Sounds like you did. What do I know about Giggle? I have no idea, dude. Cardano? I don't touch Cardano, dude. We only here for XRP. Got anything about it, boss? I mean, yeah, I think I talked decently about XRP. If you want to trade XCL or Cent, it has to be on Uniswap. Yes, because they're Ethereum based, right? That's where the liquidity pools are. Just wait till the website does the launch copy and paste contract. Yeah, it's very simple. Yeah, no reason to be scared. XCL didn't screw us, and this is XCL software. Have faith. Yeah, XCL is probably, like I said, I put out a tweet yesterday, dude. I stand by it too. I stand by my post yesterday on X. Like, I truly stand by this. And if anyone wants to challenge it, feel free to put it in there. I'll take a look at it. Give me a pre-sale. Give me a token that was in pre-sale in the last 5 years that is still up on their pre-sale. Even recently, dude. Even the recent pre-sales that just came out, where are they at? Right here, dude. XCL is the only pre-sale project that has been successful in the last 5 years. Still up 5x since it launched 3 months ago. Top 10 ranked on Dex Tools. I said now Scent's going to be here. Merry Christmas. And if you go back and look, I mean, it's still trending. It's up right now. I mean, it's up significantly over, 600%, 500, you could say 500%, but I mean, if you look at my numbers here, I put $20 in, I put $20,000 in, and, I'm sitting on what, 130. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, almost a 6x. So like five, almost a little less than a 6x, but close. And it's just crazy to see this, dude. It's crazy to see this. And there's just I can't think of another pre-sale that's out there that's launched and actually has been this successful. Well, hello. Yeah, good to see you, dude. Can't wait forever. Santa rally canceled this year. It rallied a little bit. Didn't do a whole lot. Be patient. So do I send tokens to Uniswap to trade them? You just trade it inside your wallet. You don't send them to it. All it is just an interface. This is just an interface for your wallet. And you'll just sell it on there. That's all it is. So if I had XCL and Trust Wallet, how would I trade it within Uniswap? Can I connect it? You'd have to go to the browser inside or inside Trust Wallet. I don't use Trust Wallet, but like inside SafePal Wallet. If you go inside SafePal Wallet, you can actually see that. Let's go to SafePal Wallet. It's really easy because you got the dApp inside there. You just go down to Explore. Here, I'll make my screen bigger on my phone here. So like if you go down, here's my Uniswap wallet, right? If you go down to Explore right here, just hit Explore. And then you go up here to Uniswap. Uniswap dApp's already in there. You just hit Uniswap. And it automatically opens up inside there. And so then I have my wallet connected and I'm ready inside Uniswap. It's really simple to do. But just make sure you disconnect yourself from it after you're done. So let's see here. Haven't gone through the last XCL pre-sale. I've learned a lot and yeah, much more confident with this launch. Hell yeah. If you've been through one, you feel pretty confident about the others. It shouldn't be too bad. MetaMask isn't showing on Uniswap for me. It should. You should just go to Uniswap. You could probably just go straight to your browser and do it that way. Since being the XCL pre-sale gives me a little confidence. It's good. Yeah, it's good, dude. So if I have XCL and Trust Wallet, I'm not touching Trust Wallet, bro. I'll tell you that right now. I am not touching Trust Wallet. No way. No way, dude. This is pretty crazy to see right here. Most crypto sectors are in the red this year, with privacy and exchange tokens as a rare outlier. So exchange tokens like FTT token. Just kidding. But you have exchange tokens. Uniswap, like all those ones which are exchanges, and then privacy. You have Monero. You got Monero out here. XCL is part of this privacy coin. You know what I mean? XCL is a privacy token. So you can see right here that this is about privacy. So I mean, it's actually positive when we look at the sector here. It's in the positive side of it. What's crazy about this is Bitcoin's -7 on the year. Ethereum's -10, XRP's -12. Look at meme coins, dude. Meme coins are down 66%, dude. So if you're buying meme coins, like the meme coin market is atrocious, dude. Like no one's buying meme coins. And I'll tell you my argument to why I think that meme coins will continue to provide liquidity for blockchains. Like people are always going to invest in meme coins or things without use case, which again, everyone has their own niche in this space. And some people like meme coins, other people don't. I'm not a big fan of meme coins. Like I bought in early on meme coins, like during the meme coin craze of 2020 with Dogecoin and SHIB and Pepe even in 2023. But like I don't mess around with meme coins, dude. I don't touch meme coins. I really don't. There's nothing exciting about them for me at all. The only way that those tokens go up is based off of who you can liquidate first, and how much you can pump it up with fake manipulation and fake charting. That's what I think about meme coins, dude. That if you've been in the space for a long time, that's kind of where they go. That's all just based off of the whales jumping in and controlling the market, and then who can sell first. Whereas if you have like an actual use case or people who projects were actually putting money into a token, or taking profits from, just like Cent, they're taking profits from whatever they're leverage trading or whatever they're trading on and putting it back into the token. Like that's the way it should be. You should have people putting money back in. The reason why Ethereum and all these other cryptos have grown is because that's what they do. And so you got to find those, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, you can see, most of these are down, dude. 2025, as much as it was a good year for hitting all-time highs, it's been a dismal year, dude. It's been a dismal year. I should ask. I should probably put a poll out there. I could never get into Trust Wallet. Yeah, I've never used Trust Wallet ever. Between Base Wallet and Trust Wallet, Base Wallet is the worst. Then probably Trust Wallet. So that tells you exactly where Base Wallet's at. I hate Base Wallet. I hate Trust Wallet. I will never use them. Ever use them. And the only ones I use right now are MetaMask for my extension, my Chrome extension. I use SafePal and I use PureWallet. Those are the three that I use. Everyone hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, definitely hit that like button. Appreciate you, Landon. Yeah, I always forget to say, yeah, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. XCL and Cent will complement each other. I think so too, Tony. I still can't see the dashboard on Cent. They're probably figuring things out. XRPOG. They're probably working through things. What's up, Adam? Good to see you, buddy. Layover up in Osland. Oh, you up in Seattle right now, heading to Thailand for New York. Oh man, that's awesome. For the New Year's Eve. I said New York. For the New Year's Eve, what am I missing? Why don't you talk about XRP ever? I talk about XRP. I was just talking about XRP. Yeah, I know you're giving me shit too. But yeah, I try to talk about XRP. Memes aren't meant to be sold. Yeah, but they get sold. They get sold. Thanks so much for the 25 Norwegian dollars. Hey, do you have MetaMask connected to Uniswap? You'll have to connect. Yeah, you'll have to connect MetaMask to Uniswap. Yeah, connect your wallet to Uniswap, Peter. Thanks so much. Yeah, still 2.5x on all my cryptos, but was over 5x a few months ago. That's crazy, Trent, to think that, right? It is better to connect to Uniswap to my MetaMask or sell swap it. You could, you could do either way. There's no right or wrong reason. There's no right or wrong way to do that. Should I concern that the token address that appeared on the Cent website was incorrect? No, I don't. I mean, if they put it on there, you got to think, dude, they're battling. That's why just don't mess. Just don't until they actually come out here and make an announcement. You got to think these guys are battling scammers, dude. You got to think there's so many scammers out there trying to bot the contract, trying to farm the contract, trying to farm liquidity, trying to steal money from holders. You got to realize that there's a whole battle going on. You know what I mean? Like, people that have been in the space for a long time know that these launches, you got to take some. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to touch it until it fully comes out, until they fully release it on X, or that's probably where I'll get it. If they post it on X or it goes up on the page, that's probably like where, this is the contract address and it's launched. That's when I'll worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it beforehand. What do you think PureWallet will do? I don't know, man. That's tough to say. PureWallet's still out there. PureWallet's the only pre-sale that's still out there right now. PureWallet's the only one still actually in pre-sale. I think there's like 5 days left in this thing, maybe less than that. I think it's at the end. 5 days left in this pre-sale. I got 8,000 on this one. 5 days left in this. This is the only one still out there outside of Cent, right? I've only been in 2 pre-sales this year, and this will be the third. I only use SafePal and PureWallet. Yeah, importing the wrong contract won't compromise your wallet in itself. No, just interacting with it by sending tokens or giving them access. Did you hear Cent and XCL are going to run on XRPL? Says Gemini. That'd be pretty crazy. I mean, you could run a contract on XRPL. You could run a contract on Solana. You could do a bunch of those cross chain, interactions if you wanted to. Cent has not launched MQ. Up maybe 20% on recent equity, but was almost 2x this summer. That's pretty good. Yeah, taking a little bit longer to load, but it's loading. Oh, is it taking a little bit longer? Let's see. Maybe there's probably a lot of traffic going through it. I mean, everyone is trying to update. What about PureWallet got hacked for $7 million? Well, I have to reimburse lost tokens. I guess Trust Wallet has already reimbursed the affected wallet. Maybe, yeah. I mean, that'd be the right thing to do, Bruce. I mean, if it comes out that it was hacked and it was because of the wallet or because of whatever, I think that's the right thing to do. I always think that's the right thing to do. How can I connect my MetaMask to Uniswap? Just go up to the connect thing right here. See a little connect. Just hit connect, and then you'll like add your MetaMask to it, and you're connected. It's that simple. Time to watch out for those lady boys. Oh my god, you talking about over in Thailand? 1,159 Hive members. That's pretty crazy, Road Dog. That's pretty crazy. What's up, chum? Good to see you, buddy. Dash Cent is slow, probably being overloaded. It's probably is being overloaded at the moment. Saw something happen with Trust Wallet. Never trusted Trust Wallet. I know, right? Pretty ironic. It says Trust Wallet, but here we are not trusting Trust Wallet so much. Errol, good morning to you too. Are you taking profit on Cent? I mean, you guys see my wallets. I'll probably hold, dude. There's no reason to sell. I think that it's important to realize that, in time, good projects will build. And, where I want to take profits is when they get listed on large exchanges. I've already said that, dude. Not only does that not hurt the project, it doesn't hurt the community. So I don't know any of that kind of stuff, Boston. They haven't really put a lot of that stuff out there. So, question: are you not logging into Trust Wallet because y'all don't want to get hacked, or because you have no funds in Trust Wallet? I have no funds. I don't even touch Zeus. I don't even touch Trust Wallet. I don't even have any funds over there. I downloaded it. About a year ago to help an A-team member figure out how to buy. I can't remember what it was. I helped them figure out how to do something on Trust Wallet, but that was about it. And then after I helped him, I said, dude, the best thing you could do is just take your seed phrase and put it into SafePal. Just tuned in. Why was crypto flatline for the time being? Just a lot of, you got to think the liquidations that are happening in the market are insane. I mean, it's quite a phenomenon right now. We're seeing, look at the longs, 68 in the last 4 hours, 68 to 7. Longs are getting destroyed. Anytime there's positivity in the market, it gets obliterated. YT or YJT, it all comes down to how much they put in liquidity. It all comes down to how much people are willing to hold and how much people are willing to see it get to a 30x. If people want to see it get to a 30x, it'll get to a 30x. If they don't, then it's only going to do what it's going to do. Like, it's just as simple as that. And this is when it launches. Long term, right? The product, like we're seeing this right now. Acceler's starting to make a nice little run back. This thing went up, then it's went through its trials and tribulations here in about a month, and now it's starting to work its way back up again. Still up almost 600% on this. But the goal is to slowly now. You want to see this slowly climb back up, right? Over the months, slowly start climbing and getting back up to the 30x, right? That's what you want to see. What you don't want to see is that this is craziness. Like, this is to even see that Acceler has actually rebounded from all this is crazy. You know what I mean? If you guys have been in this space, realizing that when these things go down, they go down. I mean, I'll call out some projects here. I don't care. I mean, let's just take Best Wallet, dude. Best Wallet just launched, right? They had their pre-sale. And they launched at 6 cents. They're 0.006 they launched at. And right now, they're currently down from where they launched at. They're currently down roughly 50% from pre-sale price. From pre-sale price they launched. That means that if you invested $1,000 in this, you're holding $500. So, like, a lot of these pre-sales do that. And like I said, I can't even look at Antics. Antics, I mean, I don't even think that they're on a DEX side, right? Antics token, they just straight rugged everyone and just didn't even care. So, like, this is pretty crazy to see. I mean, when these things go out and do this, you could say that this is obviously pumped up. They got less liquidity and less market cap, but they raised like $20 million. So Best Wallet raised $20 million, and they have a less liquidity and market cap than Acceler. And when you go back and look at Acceler only raised $850,000 in their pre-sale. And now they're sitting on 408,000 liquidity out of 5.76. So, like, you're comparing apples to potatoes, dude. Like, They're not even on the same spectrum, unfortunately. Hope someone person, they took advice and they're saying, have your physical gold, silver medals. Yeah, you guys have been saying collect those gold, silver. You've been saying collect those for a while. Is there any worry that Cent does something like Best Wallet? But I mean, that's the same thing that happened with Acceler. Look at Acceler, dude. Acceler went crazy, right? Um, it all comes down. It all comes down to people willing to hold their positions, right? So what happened with Best? So this is where I was saying the tokenomics matter in these things, and the reasons why I'll say I don't know what can happen. I don't know what can happen, but like let's just say that we have the couple whales that are in Sentinel. Like they would be dumb to sell for a loss, right? But they could sell for a little bit of a loss. Which again, the reason why Best Wallet is down in the dumps is because they allocated tokens, free tokens to marketing. To let's just go back. Let's just take a look at Best Wallet token. Again, I'm not here to dog it. Best Wallet token. I'm not here to dog it. I'm not here to like belittle it. I'm just saying like just when you're looking at getting into these things, like tokenomics matter, dude. Like they really do. And when you start to look at where things were going with this, look at this. Look at their structure here on their tokenomics, dude. They got 25% of tokens, which is 2.5 billion, going to product development. They got 10% going to exchanges. They got 10% going to airdrops. They got 7 going to community rewards, 5% going to treasury, 35% going to marketing. Like, so they launched with 10. So right now they launched with 10 billion tokens, but you got to realize that only a certain percentage of those tokens were bought up. Let's just say that they sold half of their tokens. They sold half of their 5 billion tokens, and they weren't all accounted for. We could see right now how much is actually in supply, right? How much is actually currently in supply on Best. Well, we can actually see this right now. Let's see how much is in here. They have a total supply of 10 billion, but they only have 13 in circulating supply. That's crazy, bro. And they're not even on CoinMarketCap yet, dude. Like they're not on CMC. They're not on any of these things. Like they raised all this money. They raised like $20 million. I think it was like $20 million what they raised. I don't think it's up here anymore, but I think that it was like $20 million what I think they raised. And you can see down here that they only have 13% in total supply. So the rest of those, so that means that only 13% of those tokens had money attached to them. The other basically 87% of those tokens are now free tokens. And so when you go back, they basically allocating all this money to these tokens. And so what they do is they sold, let's just say that they sold, tokens for marketing. They sold tokens for product development. They sold these tokens. All that money is not accounted for, right? So that's free money to them. They can basically sell those on the open market and take from the liquidity, and then it's not accounted for. So no one bought those tokens. They just basically gave them away. Like that's the big difference between, I think, Sentinel, Acceler, and a lot of these other tokens that do this kind of shit right here is because these are just basically minted tokens that have no value to them until they sell them on the open market, which again dilutes the entire liquidity pool in the first place. So my argument back to your question is whether I think Cent and will do the same thing. I don't think so, because every token has been accounted for. Again, they're only launching with the tokens in which were purchased. So we know that roughly 70% of the supply was purchased, which is roughly about 3.5 billion tokens, meaning that they're going to launch with 3.5 billion tokens. They're not launching with 5 billion tokens or whatever the number came out to be. I can't remember what it came out to be. But you get what I'm saying? So like they're only launching with the tokens in which were purchased, meaning that the people selling are people that actually have real value. The people with Best Wallet, the people that were selling are the tokens that actually had no value to them. And then when they sold them, they created value, which caused the markets to go down. So that's the big difference, dude, when you look at these pre-sales. And whenever they're allocating funds to product development, exchange liquidity, that means that they're providing free tokens to exchanges to then come dump the charts. Anytime they provide 35% to marketing, realize 35% to marketing just means that's going to go to the developers' pockets. That's going to go back to the developers to do whatever the hell they want to do with the money. You know what I mean? Like that's their argument as to what they got. So you're giving them free money. So just think about that when it comes to these pre-sales. That's why I don't mess with any of these. That's why when everyone got why are you talking about Acceler? Why are you talking about Acceler? I'm like, well, they're the only product that came out here and said, we're only launching with the tokens that are sold, and the money is all going back into the project with the tokens sold, which is what they did, right? So it's like, it's crazy. I know Acceler and Cent have better everything than Best Wallet, including the pre-sale launch. Yeah, and again, I'm not here to dog Best Wallet. Hey, dude, best of luck to the project. I hope that they do well, but just realize that there's going to be a lot of free tokens getting sold. You're talking 20,000 holders. Their volume 73. Look at Acceler, built off of a community. That's another thing too. They don't have a community. Look at the volume coming through here. Natural volume of $255,000 on the DEX side. Phenomenal, dude. Like these are the projects you want to hold. These are the ones where it's true holders. There's no fake holders. There's no fake token allocations. There's no marketing allocations. It's all on the backs of the community. So that's the right thing, dude. Yeah, that's exactly it, dude. Axel, yep, 99% of crypto projects are shit because they're tokenomics, giving team and insiders tokens to dump on retails. That's exactly it. Acceler didn't do that. You can't. If every token's accounted for, you can't give free tokens out to dump on people. The only people that are dumping on you're dumping on each other when you're selling this at a profit, right? That's the only downside to it. But you bought into that. You bought into that knowing that, and everyone started off. It's a fair launch. It's fair. It's and that's kind of what it's about. And that's what Cent's about too. And that's why I'm like, I don't know what Cent's gonna do, but we'll see. We'll see what I mean. You know what I mean? Like we'll see. And when Cent launches, it's going to launch like when Acceler launched, it launched at 0.001. So it's launching at the same exact price that you could have bought in at pre-sale. Like no one is getting like an extra foot up on anyone. You know what I mean? Like that's the best part about this. And then this went up, obviously, have people buying it. And then the price went up. So like you could have, when this first launched, you had basically a whole day to get in this at the same price that pre-sale did. And then the next 2 days it took off. You know what I mean? But the reason why you do that is because you don't want to go through the hassle of trying to, because when this thing starts to take off, the reasons why you'd get into a pre-sale versus getting into it at day of launch is because you're going to get a better price. You don't have to stress. There's no haggle. There's no like worrying about contract address and if you're going to get the tokens on time and how you're going to get there, and then the slippage on that, right? So if this project starts to take off, you're going to get caught in that slippage and you're going to lose money more than you'll make the money. And so like it's just, for me, that's why I like pre-sales that are legit, is that you can just get into them and it's stress-free. You don't even got to sweat it. You know what I mean? If you're already going to jump into it, if you're already going to be a part of it, why would I stress over the day of launch when I could just get in early and just chill and wait? That's kind of how I look at it. Yeah, I would agree, Santiago. Yeah. Crazy that they started as Luna and Luna Classic channels, or at least when I joined. I know it was Luna. I was talking about the whole crash, right? That crash was crazy. Still to this day, the crash is crazy. If the market would turn XCL would fly. I think so too. Liquidity and trading pairs are huge. Yeah. XCL never hit, let alone went below the pre-sale price. That's more or less what I was at. Yeah, it never went below. You can see right here. It got close. It got close right here. 0.0018. And the lowest it got was 0.024. So even at that point, you're still up almost a 200, almost 200%, right? It was about 150% up, right? When it came down and hit this level right here. And then it bounced back, but you were still up almost 150%, almost 200% from pre-sale. So kind of crazy when you look at it like that. When the world goes digital, there will be probably 150 coins. Probably, I think a lot of them will get taken out. Yeah, marketing, right? The marketing funds. That's funny, dude. Marketing, like what was marketing for? What I don't understand is why I can't jump upside while I'm dancing. What's up, Too Fast to Handle? Good to see you, dude. How much has Pure Wallet sold in pre-sale? I can't find that info. I have no idea, bro. It's a good question. I don't know. I would have never found XCL without my guy Oz. That's awesome. I never said I appreciate you for pronouncing my last name correctly. Well, do people pronounce your name wrong, Santiago? Do people say it wrong? Maybe they call you Santiago versus Santiago. Is that why? My auntie told me to buy Luna Classic on December 6th. I told her to buy XCL. I hope she compares the charts now. Yeah, XCL has done great, dude. I mean, you can't deny what XCL has accomplished here. I know people dog it. I know there's people are gonna come and FUD Cent. They're gonna come and cause fear and uncertainty and doubt. Like it happens. This is crypto. Everyone did it with a lot of people did it with Acceler. You had people kind of turn on the project, turn on people in the project, and then the true holders held through, and it's still prospering. You know what I mean? And same with Cent, dude. You're gonna have the same Cent. You're gonna have a lot of people coming in and just being pissed off and angry. And if you're a part of it, you just gotta hold on. You know what I mean? Today is Troll Austin Day. Hell yeah. Troll away. Oh, after it went back down. Okay, so Crypto Hulk still talked about it. That's good. Though now he talks a lot of stuff and they all can't do well. That's true. They all can't do well. Not everything's going to do well. My question is, all these new wallets like Pure Wallet, would they have had the funds to cover a hack? I mean, you should. Yeah, you should. You should. If you have, I mean, you should be able to do something. If they were smart, they'd probably have insurance. I mean, that's kind of what you do. That's probably what they would do. Cent is literally making money for you. That's kind of where it's at right now. I mean, if you look at Cent, is a dashboard loaded? There we go. Pre-sale cycle completed. There we go. Yeah, so 70%. So basically 3 points. It's going to launch with roughly plus liquidity. You got to think it's going to be 3.5 plus. You got to include liquidity in there, right? 10% of liquidity. So that could be whatever they launch with. But that's going to be total supply is probably going to be roughly around. It's probably going to be roughly around 4 billion tokens. It's going to launch with, right? At the end of this whole thing, there's going to be about 4 billion tokens if you include liquidity, because you got to include the liquidity for circulation. But once you do that, dude, I mean, yeah. And look, I think it's still generating today, right? I think. Yeah, right there, 2,000 USDT. Pre-sale profits, day 1 through 31. I don't know what that means. But yeah, you can see right now, 2,000 already. So yeah, finalized based on 4.2. What the fuck? I'm so confused on that. I'm confused on some of this stuff. Dude, some of the shit is like freaking Spanish, dude. I don't even know it. Dude, my dashboard still won't load. Really? When will the tokenomics be available for investors to see? Are you connected to percent breakdown to be like Best Swap? Dude, the tokenomics for are you talking about tokenomics for Sentinel? If XCL does well, I will take all the credit and give you none. If I crashes, I'll blame you 100% and take zero accountability. That's kind of how it works, right? It's kind of how it works. Midnight is the real ADA killer. Midnight. Oh yeah, I heard about Midnight. Do we select how much our cent is used for mites? For I don't know. I don't know how that works, Adam. I haven't quite figured that out. Yeah, I don't think so. I think they're updating some of the stuff. Yeah, I think they're I don't know, some obviously they're working their stuff out here. I'm not going to sweat it at all, to be honest. Swarm override. Rewards on Cent website are not up to yeah. Yeah, I don't know how the whole thing, Adam. I don't know how the whole might thing works, to be honest, yet. I haven't quite dug into that thing. What is your DEX? Well, it depends on. I mean, I usually use Uniswap, whatever it is. Cent is launching today. Yeah. Are you going to stream the Cent launch? I don't know, man. Last time the Cent launch came out, or when XCL launched, it took like 24 hours for the full thing to like get going, dude. Like slow release, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see. Yeah, dashboard is not loading for a lot of people, and has been bought micro buys already. Trying to send address. Oh, okay, yeah. So there's micro buys already. That's good. Yeah, we'll see. Like, we'll see what happens today, man. It's gonna be quite the show. Quite the show. 24-hour stream. That'd be so. 24-hour stream. I don't know how they do it on X. I don't know how they do it. I mean, they do like their 24-hour X spaces. That's crazy, dude. I couldn't do it. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way, dude. But yeah, Matt, Nick, if you're asking about the tokenomics of Cent, the tokenomics of Cent are very clear. 10 to 15% going to liquidity, the rest going to the protocol to make money for the project. That's basically what it comes down to. Very simple. And again, they're only launching with the tokens in which are purchased. That's it. Faith and patience, folks. 100%, dude. Faith and patience is huge. Faith and patience. Yeah, so I got that. Let's see. I think I covered everything. Oh yeah, this is the bearish side of it, right? So we talked about all the bullish side of it, bull run 2026. People think we're going to go bull run. Here's the bearish side. Again, I like to play both sides of it, but they're saying right here that bottom price is going to be around October 6th through 16th of 2026. What do you guys think on that? You guys think that that's oops? Let me redo this real quick. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? Some people think that's what's going to happen. Some people think that's what's going to happen. Let's go control. Kind of crazy when you look at that. Some people think that we've hit our peak up here, and the cycle actually bottoms out on October 6th of 2026. We'll hit a bear market bottom based off of the fractal cycle. Spent years battling mites, and now I'm going to deploy them. Maybe we hit 1 cent on XCL today. That'd be crazy, Scott, if we did hit 1 cent today. Went back to a 10x on XCL. You never know, dude. You never know what can happen with projects, dude. But I mean, yeah, if this went back up to 1 cent, that'd be a 10x from pre-sale launch, right? 1 cent would put us at roughly, yeah, would be about a 10x at 1 cent. So that would be wild, dude. I mean, 6 cents was crazy. I mean, yesterday we went up all the way up there, and now we broke through it. See if we can continue to climb. I mean, if we were able to get back up to 8, 9, 10 cents, dude. And that's what's great about this is that this floor will keep getting built. That's what people don't realize is that when Cent comes in and keeps buying these tokens, keeps buying Acceler, keeps buying this over and over and over again. As long as people hold, the true holders will hold. As long as people actually hold, this has a chance to get back to that 30x, dude. Like if people, as long as people actually hold, and a lot of people in here hold. I mean, I think that's one thing about the A team here is that we do hold. We come from, like, we're old school crypto in a way. I mean, people might be new, but we sort of have an old school look on things. I mean, the reason why Bitcoiners got so rich, the reason why early XRP and Ethereum holders got rich is because they got into projects early and they just held. They held at legit prices and let the projects continue to build. And it took 3, 4, 5, 6 years to build, but they were able to turn their $1,000 into a couple $100,000 or $1 million because they let the projects actually do their thing. Well, unfortunately, when you get into these meme coins and all these other things, that projects, people just don't do that. It's in and out. It's in and out. People don't have the resolve to actually hold a good project. But it's good to see that a lot of people here in Exceler are holding this project. A lot of people that are into Cent, a lot of us here are holding this project. Like I am holding this project. I saw this project go up to, I saw $850,000 in my wallet. And I said, I'm not selling it. Like it's going to come down. It's probably going to do its thing. But as a whale in a project, you have an obligation to hold. And if you truly believe that the projects could be successful, you're going to hold. And that's where I'm at. And so this is going to slowly build its way back up. It could take a year. It could take a year to get to a 35x. I'm down to wait for a year to get to a solid 35x, to where there's enough liquidity to where it gets on these exchanges. And next thing you know, you're like, okay, I feel like I can take some profits. And at that time, you take some profits knowing that there's enough liquidity, knowing that the project has built, knowing that there's a big enough floor here to withstand anything. And like that's how you truly make money in this space. And so, yeah, that's no different than me holding XRP for four, almost, we're going on what, 4 or 5 years now. That's crazy, right? We've been holding Bitcoin for so long, been holding Ethereum for so long, and there's just no desire to sell it. 589 not be who? Yeah, to hit 589 would be crazy. What's up, guy? Good to see you, man. So will Cent airdrop into the MetaMask wallet, or do we import them through Sentinel chain? No, there's no Sentinel chain, bro. You don't. Yeah, Pedro, it gets airdropped into your token. Sentinel chain. I don't know what the hell Sentinel chain is. I don't even know what that is. Tokenomics of trust. I meant to add. Oh, I don't even know what those are. Yeah, I gave away 70K XCL to coworkers. Damn, bro, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm not selling anything either, man. Zero desire to do so. XCL will never be on an exchange because they'll have to buy a huge bag. Yeah, and that too, right? If you get onto an exchange, they got to buy up the bag, right? I mean, that's a good question. I mean, that's a good, yeah. You got to provide that liquidity. So someone has to provide that liquidity. So if they get onto an exchange, they're going to be buying up a big bag of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a good point. Let's hold Cent. I'm holding Cent. I'm not selling my Cent. I'm going to let it do its thing. I think a lot of people here are going to let it do its thing. A lot of people here. I think a lot of people are here to see it prosper, and the only way it's going to prosper, the community is going to decide if it prospers or not. I say that all the time. I say that all the time, dude. But yeah, we're roughly what, 5 hours away? 5 hours away? 4 hours away? Yeah, 4 hours, 45 minutes away from this thing getting going real, getting real. It's gonna get real quick. Gosh, it's crazy. Yeah, silver's at 777.5. I know, that's so crazy. Silver's been killing it, guys. Yeah, if you guys got into precious metals, dude, you're sitting pretty right now. 100%. Silver's just killing it. Let's go back. Stock markets, yeah, definitely trying to climb back up here. Still really flat for the most part, though. Gosh. Super flat. Uh, yeah, nothing too crazy, dude. That's crazy. Over 300,000 student loan borrowers were denied a repayment plan. That's crazy. Yeah, gold this morning is absolutely killing it right now. This morning, the U.S. government was selling platinum coins on the U.S. Mint website for $2,345 an ounce. At 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, platinum prices surged above 2,345, rising to a high of 2,470. Yet the U.S. continues selling these coins for 2,000, which is 5% below the market price. Not even the U.S. Mint saw this coming. That's crazy, dude. You can't make this stuff up, dude. That is wild. That's wild, dude. The silver's crazy right now. Platinum, all the precious metals are doing some crazy times, dude. Silver flipped Apple. I saw that, dude. Said it before and I'll say it again. Physical metals like gold and silver. Trent's been the biggest one on here for sure, for saying that. Oh, dude, snow. Are you snow shoveling? Yeah. Are you snow shoveling, Trent? I know. Guy's not. He's down there in Florida. XTL 35X in a year. That would be awesome. Absolutely holding. I mean, you never know, right? Right. I mean, Brian, that could come back. They could come back. You know what I mean? Like it's already starting to climb back up here, and I'd rather it be a slow. Like this is a crazy volatile swing, right? When you 35x in roughly 48 hours, this is a very volatile swing. Like you're gonna it's a bungee cord, you know what I mean? It's gonna go up, it's gonna come down, it's gonna fluctuate. You want an actual slow climb back up. Like we want this to be a slow climb back up to get to where we want. I mean, you go back and look at Bitcoin, just like go back and let's look at some of the charting back in the early days of Bitcoin, you know? Let's go to the weeklies on the Bitcoin here. Let's go back to the early days of Bitcoin, dude. Come on. Let's go back. Let's take a look into the time of Bitcoin. All right, here we go. Look at the early days of Bitcoin. Oops, shit. I hate when I lose it like that. God damn it. I hate when I lose it. I changed it to the Higanashi and it messed it all up. I don't know if we're actually going to get the data that we want out of that. Now that I look at that, we'll have to go to the weekly. Well, once I zoom in on the weekly, we'll zoom in on the weekly. Let's do the daily actually. It's probably going to be a little spotty when you first get into these. I haven't drilled this far down on Bitcoin in so long, dude. It's been so long since I drilled down on Bitcoin this long. But if you first look at when Bitcoin came out, I mean, the volatile swings on this were crazy, dude. We're talking. I mean, this is wild when you start to look at dailies. But it comes out, hits a certain price, and then look, it comes all the way down, hits $2, and then it comes back up, it hits 5. We're talking, roughly between November of 2011, peaks out at January of 2012, and then we stay pretty much fluctuating here along this line of $5 for so long. And then when it starts to break out, it goes up to $15. So I mean, like really, I mean, from the time it hit an all-time low here, from when it launched at $2, it peaked out and hit 16. So it went up roughly what is that? Maybe a 10x maybe from the time it hit the bottom of November of 11 all the way until October of 2012. So almost a year, a little less than a year, it took to 10x Bitcoin, right? And then it started to climb up exponentially. Look at that, dude. And look at this gradual climb all the way from roughly start to peak, or right, we'll just start right around November of 2012, all the way up here till almost April of 2013. So we're talking 5-6 months for us to get up to where it actually went up to $200. So I mean, like, that's a crazy number, dude. To go from $2 to $200. I mean that's basically 100x at that point, right? But it took almost 2 years to do that. So yeah, pretty crazy. I'm done shorting and longing. Says a lot about crypto right now from Austin. I am done longing and shorting right now. I think I'm contributing to the reasons as why we're doing the market, where the markets are doing this. I'm contributing. That behavior is contributing to the shitty market. So I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm gonna take a chill pill for a little bit, not contribute to as much as I want to do, as much as I want to long and short the market. And I even wake up and look at the charts and I'm like, oh, dude, like this looks like it's gonna be a good time to long it. I'm going to hold off, dude. I'm going to hold off for the betterment of the market and not long or short it. If you're up 800% on a stock, do you sell it? It depends on where you're at with the stock. Yeah, I don't know, man. Depends on where you're at in life, too. You know? I'm here for late Merry Christmas to you. You too, Mambo Land. Yeah, I hope you had a Merry Christmas as well, dude. Will you be on later tonight for Cent? I might come on later. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to guarantee it because it could be a slow moving thing. The flatter, the better. Yeah, Pedro, you want the flatter chart. I bought hundreds of ounces of silver in 2000. Oh, damn. Cent contract. There's not one out there yet, Mike B, that I'm aware of. They're just liquidating big time since October 10th. Yeah. And I'm not messing around with it. You know, I mean, I'm just contributing to it. As much as I've won, I've had some good winnings, but I'm contributing to it, dude. Austin's bag moves markets. No. Yeah, so much easier to think. Yeah, it is hard to trade, dude. It really is hard to trade. That's why it's easier just to buy and hold and just let it do its thing. You know what I mean? But if you go back in time and buy Bitcoin at $2, everyone would, right? Everyone would go back in time and buy it at $2. Yeah, they absolutely would. Everyone would. Yeah, silver is doing well. Silver will come back down. Let's not get it twisted here. Silver will come back down. And you know, these markets will always have these fluctuations and swings here. Gold will come back down. Silver will come back down. So yeah. In a way, yeah. In a way, it kind of feels like that. You know what I mean? Gensler was maybe trying to protect the markets from exchanges from being able to do whatever they want to do. Yeah, that's a very valid point. I mean, you know, I don't really care for Gensler. I think that but at the same time, you kind of go back and look, and you're like, yeah, I mean, markets have been a little rough. You know, you come back in since Trump has come in, the Trump administration's come in. Nothing. I just think again, different policies, different ways of looking at it. But I mean, it's not necessarily him being more lenient on the cryptocurrency market has allowed the cryptocurrency market to be a lot more volatile, be a lot more unhinged, and we saw that October 10th, right, with the largest liquidation event in history. So yeah, without restrictions or guardrails, you're going to have the Wild Wild West, and we still have the Wild Wild West. And so I think that's the structure bill is super important because then it gives people a structure, and you need to have structure. Without structure, you're going to have chaos, and we know that. I mean, we're seeing it even in America right now. Without structure, there's chaos, and that's kind of what's happened. Even here in Washington State, dude. I mean, we have zero structure with a lot of things, and there's chaos. So I hated Gensler, but I'm mature enough to realize maybe he had some good points. Yeah, I'm too. I'm with you, dude. Like maybe there was some good points. Maybe he did. You know, controlling the exchanges, I think, is huge. I do think that's important. We're seeing exchanges obliterate the markets. We're seeing exchanges, hurt the markets. And I do think but we've, that's the thing is that I always was on the side of regulation. Like I do think that you need to have some form of regulation if you're going to allow institutions, if you're going to allow exchanges and all these things to hold the money. You got to put guardrails and then let them play within the guardrails. That was the only side to where I didn't agree with Gensler and agree with anyone else was that they were attacking the cryptocurrency market without having guardrails in place. So like they were just freelancing it themselves. They were going, they were doing all their crazy stuff from the SEC standpoint, and they weren't even like, they had no guardrails themselves. And so they were going out there and putting notices and calling things securities and all that, but they haven't even created the guardrails to be able to call those things securities yet. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's like, it's just, it's being hypocritical. And that was where I hated it, because it was just like, you can't do that, dude. I think it's important that you actually create some guidelines and then allow the people to work with inside those guidelines. And if you can't create those guidelines, then that's on you. Like, I mean, that's you should have prioritized that. You know what I mean? People should have prioritized it. Silver is ripping. Yeah, silver is ripping. We wanted crypto because we were tired of banks and their fees, and now we pay twice the fees through crypto. Yeah, it's definitely come in, right? I mean, now the whole point of crypto was that, because of the 2008 financial crisis that came through and all the banks and everything that was out there. And so then crypto became, the power of the people. And then now it's kind of being stripped from the power of the people. That's kind of how it is. They're getting exposed now. Oh, is JP Morgan getting exposed? JP Morgan, I mean, they even hate crypto too. So there will be a correction in silver. Yeah, definitely take your corrections there too. Austin XCL just had a candle hit on AMEX. Did it really, dude? That's crazy. Hit 6 points. Damn. I wonder if I can. Let's see. Let's go to MEXC. I wonder if I can even log into MEXC. Let's see here. What is the XCL? Oh, it did. Damn. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, 664. So you have people over on the exchanges buying right now. That's crazy. So even MEXC's buying power is pretty good right now. 24-hour high, 24-hour low. I mean, that's a pretty good 24-hour high, 24-hour low. Gosh dang. Oops. Yeah, I did. It definitely came up and hit some pretty good numbers right there. Yeah, look at that. 664. You're right, dude. Damn. Can you look at the fib on the silver chart? Maybe it goes to 102. Probably pull a fib up on the fib. I've never messed around with silver or anything on here. Let's go. Let's see. Nope, I don't want that. Silver. You're thinking, oh damn, this thing is crazy right now, dude. I didn't even pull out the chart here. You said you think it goes to 120? Maybe it goes to 120. It's hard to pull. I mean, the silver, that's crazy, dude. I mean, this thing is ripping, dude. You can't even pull a fib on this, bro. I mean, in all reality, you can't pull a fib. I can tell you that it's definitely been oversold for quite some time. I mean, the weekly, you can see right here, the weekly, look at the weekly. The weekly came down and it peaked out again. I mean, yeah, this is crazy. The day chart, the weekly chart hasn't reset on silver since the beginning of this year, dude. That was the last time it actually reset. That's crazy, dude. This might be the longest time it's been above without resetting. But look at the fair value gaps that are in here, dude. Jeez. There's some massive fair value gaps, dude. The shorting of silver is going to happen. People are going to start shorting the hell out of silver here in a minute. One must understand the metals prices are not going up. They're just injecting more money into the system. It kind of feels that way. Yeah, I mean, whatever leaves these precious metals are going to go back into stock exchange and stuff like that. Silver is crazy. That is a crazy looking chart right there, dude. Yeah, shout out to anyone holding silver, dude. Holy crap. Depends on where you go. That is absolute gold. Most of people are under 35. I'm an old man compared to you guys at 61. Diversification. I didn't get into crypto until 2021. Yeah, Brian, it is true. I think people have an idea of what they want, and everyone's different in life, different positions, different times, got different things going on. And it is true. I mean, like, you have to decide, is this time where I take my profit? I'm 800% on something. Do I take my profit and roll it over into another investment? Do I keep holding it? Like, you got to make a decision based off where you're at, and everyone's going to do that. Yeah. Recognize that much of crypto is dominated by criminals. I bought Ethereum on MetaMask a few days ago and still haven't got my Ether, and my bank account says pending. This kind of sucks. Yeah, that does suck, dude. That means your bank is blocking the transaction probably. Precious metals are moving like the whole world is about to switch to a new global currency. The masses, it feels like something's switching, dude. I don't know to what, but it's definitely switching. Viable use case will trump speculation until infinity. The paper market can't keep up with the demands, which won't allow them to short the markets anymore. Oh yeah, cash is dominated by criminals too. Cash is dominated by criminals. I would agree with that. XRP reserves hold at least until next week. You talking about silver, bro? How'd you figure out the actual remaining supply of XCL after all the token burns? How do we figure out the actual remaining supply of XCL after? We'll just take the that's a good question. I don't know, but right now you can see the pooled XCL is 34.34 million. When this thing got to a 35x, just to let you guys know, when XCL got to 35x, there was only like 13 million in here. There was only 13 million left in the total supply. So you got to think when there's only 13, when this pool gets smaller and smaller and smaller, it's kind of like a short squeeze happens with this pool. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to sort of see how this plays out. I don't know what the percentage is. I mean, you probably have to go look at an Ether scan and see how much was actually put into the burns wallets, and then how much is actually held. So yeah, I don't know how to really do that. Will they burn set/XCL today? Did they right after XCL? I think they already burned the XCL, right? Someone said they already burned the XCL. I think someone posted on there that they burned it already. So can you walk me through registering to be an XCL relayer? Yeah, I think you just go to, where's the XCL page? I go to XCL. Let's go to the website here. I thought they had their website on here. I guess they don't have their website. Oh, right here. There it is. I was like, I thought they had the website on here. I think you just go to enter the seller and then just click register. That's all you got to do is just click register right there. I'm already registered, but just click register. And then you can see right here how many people are registered to start getting rewards. So, yeah. But yeah, I think they've already burned. Look at that, dude. I think they've already put it out here. They burned 7 point right here. Burns at 6214. They burned 7 million tokens at 6 cents 214. Damn. Or is that the current price? What the hell? Oh, they sold. Oh, they did it up here. Damn, that's crazy. So they did sell at the top, or created that, or something. That's crazy. Yeah, they burned the XL at 618 yesterday, I believe. Okay, yeah, that's kind of where this at. And they got the burn transaction right here. So you can click on the burn transaction, you can actually see it. Yeah, $44,776 of XCL went to the Null wallet. Which again, I guess if you click on the Null, you can see all the burns coming in here. Yeah, here's all the burns that have happened, right? And these are the to lock them, so where liquidity is locked, right? Showing you the amount of liquidity that's locked away. So yeah, then there's 5,000. There's another 5,000 through the burn. Another $31 there, $5,000 51 days ago, and then boom, right there, roughly $44,000. So this null wallet will continue to burn. Like, so if you want to see how much was actually burned, you go through this wallet and you can actually see it. So yeah, kind of crazy when you look at it like that. Technical question: which are the indicators you're using on TradingView? I'll put them up here and you can take a screenshot. Here's all the favorites that I have up here, but I've really just used my moving averages, and then I use my RSI down here. But these are the ones you can take a screenshot of, the ones I usually pull up here. I pulled out before the time because it was dropping, but I got more than I was expecting. I wish I had waited. What you talking about, Millicent? You talking about for silver? Which one are you talking about? Yes, the burn happened. Okay, Oz, why does the accelerator price reflect the MEXC candle? Because it's different liquidity pools, dude. So like the MEXC has a different liquidity pool than say like Uniswap. And so the people that are buying and selling on MEXC are trading out of a different liquidity pool than the people that are trading out of Uniswap. And so that pool will fluctuate based off of buys and sells within MEXC. So that's why things can change. That's why like Binance's, could have a Binance price could be different than say the Coinbase one. And that's why arbitrage is so important, because even if you go back up here and look at the pricing fluctuation, we can see like right now, this is Bitcoin. This Bitcoin is from Bitstamp, right? But if I go over here and I type in Bitcoin, we could pull up the Coinbase one, right? So let's actually let's pull up Coinbase here. Let's actually do it over here, and you can see price differentials. Let's do Binance and Tether, and we got Coinbase in here. So let me pull it up here at the bottom. Hold on. We're gonna compare Binance versus like say Bitstamp for that matter. Put up the top up here, so you can see the price fluctuation. Look at that. There's $100 difference between that. You got for Binance is at 87,382, and then over at Bitstamp is 87,296. There's $100 difference in price right there. So if you're arbitraging that, you could actually go right over here and buy on Bitstamp at 87,296, go straight over to Binance and sell it at 87,382 and make $100 off those purchases. So you're seeing those fluctuations happen between that. That's what's so great about Cent, is that if you have AI out here that's able to arbitrage that, a million times, and you're pulling, a buck here, a buck there, $2 here, $2 there, $3. Next thing you know, you're pulling in profits. Did you actually? Yeah, I exited them yesterday, bro. I exited them yesterday. I made like $2K off my long positions. My H bar was up $800, dude, on my long. But yeah, I got out of those last night before I went to bed. The 4 hour was oversold on all of them. So as soon as the 4 hour started to go over the 80, I said, you know what, dude, I'm out. When I went back to like XRP, it started to reach the 4 hour. And I was going to bed. I was like, you know what, dude, I'm out. H bar was well over that. I was at 89. I'm out. Ethereum went all the way up there, was sitting at 896. It was at the very top. I was out. I was like, I'm not messing around. I'm going to bed, sleeping with my eyes closed, nice and comfy. Oz, could you please post the burn wallet info in Discord somewhere? Yeah. All you gotta do is just go to the dashboard, bro. But I'll post it in there for you. I can do it right now. Just go straight to, where the hell did I go? Where's my Exceller? Right here. All you gotta do is just go to the dashboard and then just click on this burn transaction. Literally just click on it inside the website there, and there it is. But I'll put this in Discord right now for you. I'll just put it right in the Exceller chat. Okay. There you go. I just put the transaction, the Etherscan transaction in Discord for you right there. When did the big FT? They expire, I think, today at around 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Who's going to rotate profits from XCL to Cent? Some people probably will. I was talking about XCL. Funny, I couldn't get in for Cent. I think that's the name. Maybe the name is wrong. Yeah, Sentinel. Yeah, but I tried to do transactions through ETH and couldn't get through. Oh, damn. That's why I don't think silver is going to crash. $60 is the floor. You think $60 is the floor on silver? Okay. Probably not a bad take. I don't follow silver closely enough to really know where it's going to go. To be honest with you, I don't know. So, but all right. I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to get rocking and rolling for the day. I got some things I got to do today. I got to finish a dresser. I got to finish putting some drawers in a dresser. That's my accomplishment for the day, is to put drawers in a dresser. Just kick it. So I'll see if I can come on tonight. I'm not going to guarantee it for the launch of Cent, but there are some spaces out there that people can jump in on. I might, if I come on, you guys will know for sure. So I just appreciate each and every one of you guys coming and kicking it with me today and hanging out here on this amazing Friday. I hope everyone had an amazing Christmas with their friends and family. And we'll see you guys maybe tonight, maybe not. But I'll definitely be probably posting some things on X, because Cent's going to release here in about 4 hours. So it's going to get a little bit wild. I'm super nervous. I don't know why. I get nervous with these pre-sales, just see where these things are going to go. And it's going to get crazy. So hope everyone's ready for it. And with all that, have a fantastic rest of your day. Love you guys a ton. And we're out of here. Peace out, everyone.